Did you know that the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is officially the most powerful handheld computer ever made? Yet it's still thin enough to bend if you sit on it wrong? Seriously, with a screen that massive and a body that sleek, going naked is a gamble most of us aren't willing to take. All the links are in the description below, so you can grab these while they're in stock. Today, we are hunting for the absolute best thin cases that protect that titanium frame without turning your pocket into a brick. We're comparing the heavy hitters from PITAKA, Ringke, Spigen, and more to see which one actually deserves to be on your phone. Are you a barely there minimalist or a thin but tough defender? Stick around because the winner might actually surprise you. What's the first thing you look for in a case? Is it the grip, the look, or the MagSafe strength? Drop a comment right now and let me know. On number 7, MONOCARBON Real Aramid Fiber Case. If you want a case that feels like you aren't even wearing one, the MONOCARBON Real Aramid Fiber Case is a total masterclass in minimalist engineering. It's built from 1500D aerospace-grade Aramid fiber, the same stuff they put in ballistic gear, meaning it's incredibly tough despite being only 0.03 inches thick. At just 27 grams, it preserves the S26 Ultra's industrial aesthetic perfectly. When you compare this to something like the PITAKA Moonrise, the MONOCARBON actually steps it up with a premium metal camera frame that gives a tactile contrast the all-weave cases lack. It's got a built-in N52SH magnetic ring that's surprisingly strong for a case this thin, making your MagSafe accessories feel rock solid. In real-life use, the matte texture is a dream because it stays clean and resists those nasty fingerprints better than any silicone case out there. However, remember that this is a scratch and scuff specialist. If you're prone to dropping your phone from a ladder, the lack of a TPU bumper might make you nervous. It's the ultimate choice for the professional who wants that naked phone feel with the added bonus of high-end lens protection. Would you trust a case this thin to protect your $1,300 investment? Or does it make you a little anxious? Let me know your thoughts on Aramid fiber in the comments. On number 6, Ringke Fusion Magnetic. The Ringke Fusion is the gold standard for anyone who spent a fortune on the Cobalt Violet or Sky Blue S26 Ultra and actually wants to see it. This hybrid case uses a rigid polycarbonate back with a special UV coating that fights off that annoying yellowing we see in cheap, clear cases. What makes it better than the Spigen Ultra Hybrid? It has these awesome Duo Quick Catch lanyard holes on both sides, which is a lifesaver for photographers who want a wrist strap. The TPU bumper is flexible, but features shock-absorbing air pockets that meet military-grade standards, giving you way more drop confidence than the ultra-thin carbon fiber cases. It also integrates a neodymium magnetic ring for the S26 Ultra's new 60-watt charging ecosystem, so your MagSafe connection is seamless. The active touch buttons feel incredibly clicky, almost like you're pressing the actual phone buttons. Now, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet because of that glossy finish, and it fits so snugly that taking it off is a bit of a workout. But if you want a barely there look with actual drop protection and a way to attach a strap, this is the one to beat. Do you prefer clear cases to show off your phone's color? Or do you like to hide it behind a solid design? On number 5, PITAKA Edge Case, Moonrise. Now, if we are talking about pure wow factor, the PITAKA Edge Case in the Moonrise aesthetic is in a league of its own. Using their signature fusion weaving technique, PITAKA has created a case that looks like a sunset and feels like silk. But the real kicker here, and what puts it miles ahead of the MONOCARBON, is the Aramid button system. These are 3 customizable buttons with built-in NFC technology. You can actually map these buttons to launch your favorite apps or shortcuts with a single press, turning your case into a functional tool. It's about 1 millimeter thick and weighs next to nothing, but it still packs those essential MagSafe magnets for your Qi 2 chargers. Compared to the Ringke Fusion, this is much thinner and feels way more premium in the hand, though it does leave some parts of the phone frame exposed to maintain that edge feel. It's definitely a luxury item at a higher price point, but for the tech enthusiast who wants the world's first smart button case, it's worth every penny. Is a customizable button on a case something you'd actually use? Or is it just a cool gimmick? I'd love to hear your ideas for what you'd map those buttons to. On number 4, Ringke Onyx Magnetic. For those of you who find the S26 Ultra a bit slippery, the Ringke Onyx is the ultimate anti-drop solution. It's made from a flexible TPU with a unique sand-like granulate texture that is honestly the best grip in the business. While the PITAKA and MONOCARBON cases feel smooth and high-tech, the Onyx feels rugged and secure. It's completely immune to fingerprints and oily smudges, which is a huge win if you hate wiping down your phone every 5 minutes. Compared to the Spigen rugged armor, the Onyx offers a more aggressive texture and those signature lanyard holes that Ringke fans love. It's got military-grade drop protection and a built-in magnetic ring that's perfectly aligned for the S26 Ultra's charging coils. The camera protection is also top-notch, with precision-molded cutouts that keep your lenses recessed and safe. It's a bit more industrial-looking than the sleek carbon fiber options, and the tight fit can trap some dust around the lenses. But for the price, the value is unbeatable. It's the perfect case for someone with an active lifestyle who needs a professional non-slip cover. Does the sandstone texture appeal to you? Or do you prefer a smoother finish on your cases? On number 3, TORRAS Magnetic Shockproof. The TORRAS Magnetic Shockproof case is the best of both worlds heavyweight in this lineup. If you like the idea of the Ringke Fusion but want even more protection, this is your winner. It features X-Shock 3.0 technology, which is basically an airbag system for your phone's corners, allowing it to survive a 12-foot drop. What really sets this apart from the PITAKA or Ringke options is the Halbach magnetic array. This magnet is up to 60% stronger than standard MagSafe cases, so if you use a heavy magnetic wallet or a car mount, your phone isn't going anywhere. The back is a frosted translucent material that looks super modern and resists fingerprints way better than the Ringke Fusion's clear back. Plus, it comes with 3 sets of interchangeable colored buttons so you can customize the look. It's definitely slimmer than a Spigen Tough Armor, but it offers nearly the same level of safety. The only downside is that the frosted back can slightly dull the vibrant titanium colors of the phone. But if you're looking for elite drop defense and the strongest magnets on the market, TORRAS is the way to go. Are strong magnets a deal breaker for you? Or do you rarely use MagSafe accessories? On number 2, WSKEN Magnetic Leather Touch Case. If you want your S26 Ultra to feel like a piece of high-end executive stationery, you have to check out the WSKEN magnetic case. This isn't just plastic. It uses a triple-layered build with a refined PU leather exterior that has a beautiful fine grid texture. It feels skin-friendly and sophisticated, offering a tactile grip that's much warmer and more comfortable than the cold Aramid fiber of the PITAKA. It's rated for 12-foot drops, making it just as tough as the TORRAS, but with a much more pro aesthetic. The aluminum camera ring is a great touch, sitting 1.5 millimeters higher than the lenses to prevent scratches. When you compare this to the Ringke Onyx, the WSKEN feels much more premium and business-ready, whereas the Onyx feels a bit more tactical and rugged. It's a very snug fit, and like all leather products, it might have a slight new car smell when you first open it, but that fades quickly. This is for the person who wants a case that looks good in a boardroom but can still survive a tumble on the sidewalk. Do you think leather-textured cases look better than the high-tech carbon fiber look? Let me know in the comments. On number 1, Spigen Ultra Hybrid S MagFit. Last, but certainly not least, we have the Spigen Ultra Hybrid S MagFit. This is the ultimate productivity case because it manages to cram a full metal kickstand into a slim, clear profile. Unlike some cheap cases where the kickstand sticks out, Spigen's active stop stand sits completely flush with the back panel, so your phone doesn't wobble when it's lying on a table. It's built with DuraClear, resin to fight off yellowing, and features Spigen's famous air cushion technology for military-grade protection. Compared to the Ringke Fusion, this case is a bit heavier because of that metal stand. But the convenience of being able to prop your phone up for a video call or a movie is a massive plus. The MagFit ring is perfectly optimized for the S26 Ultra's 60-watt charging, so you get all the utility without the bulk of a rugged stand case. It's a bit of a smudge magnet, like all clear cases, but for power users who want a professional functional shield, it's hard to beat. How often do you actually use a kickstand on your phone? Is it a must-have feature for you? So, there you have it. The best of the best for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Whether you're going for the smart buttons on the PITAKA, the insane grip of the Ringke Onyx, or the executive feel of the WSKEN, there's something here for everyone. Personally, I think the TORRAS strikes the best balance for most people. But I want to know what you think. Which one of these is going on your S26 Ultra? All the links are in the description below if you're ready to level up your setup. If this video helped you decide, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Leave a comment with your favorite case, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming deep dive into S26 Ultra screen protectors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.